All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the true power with General Sarah Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to the Sarah Seti YouTube page, a dynamic page. Y'all know what it is, Black Power, Black Frequency. You're feeling that frequency and energy. You should most definitely join. Link right down in the video description. It's in the chat. Click it. You'll get a video introduction rundown on the memberships, what it entails. You see a membership you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarah Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarah Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor accessories for every room in the house. I got something for your family. I know you're going to like it and love it. Get over there. Check out the catalog. Get yourself nice. Get a discount. Shop and save. Save and shop. Pull the fire alarm. GeneralSeti.com. SETI University. We talking about over 1,500 videos of nothing but pure fire and heat. All the subjects that you know and love from the general. We also got the grandmaster teachers, hand-picked documentaries and lectures. No other website on the planet can even compare or compete. I don't know why you ain't over there. Get over there, become a member today, get access to that fire. Everybody knows SETI popping on Patreon, dropping nuclear bombs on Patreon. That's right, we going live tonight. We got some fire. We're going to be talking about how you can reconnect to your black divinity. I know you've been lost in religion. We got to get you up out of there, detox you from the poison of religion, get you reconnected back to the universe. Don't you dare miss that presentation. Plus, you got 500 other exclusive videos and presentations that you can choose from. And so right now, this is the lecture hall of the BPC General SETI. GeneralSeti.com is the library. You need both of them. So don't miss out on that live stream tonight, family. And you know I'm on Rumble. I'm ready to rumble on Rumble. The Black Power Scholar that won't stumble or fumble. You know I'm gonna cause chaos over there. You know that's where the Cro-Magnum like to put all his little videos up. They're gonna have problems over there now. So get over there, subscribe to my Rumble page today, because it's gonna be a hell of an experience. To all the family out there, donate to the general. I thank you. I appreciate the fact you appreciate me. Any of the family out there, appreciate this fire that the general is dropping down. You could donate. The link is right in the video description. Do that. I thank you ahead of time. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels. King SETI, General SETI, Sarah SETI. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment, comment, comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, because I will ban your ass. You'll be done for. You don't want that. You want to keep access. And so now we talking about, because we on the Bible now. Y'all want to be on them? Yeah, y'all say y'all goes by the Bible. That's all y'all do is go right by the Bible. You don't go in it. And even if you do, you don't have a clear understanding of what it's saying. So it's like you're going by it. And so, yeah, I know that Bible been sitting up on granny table for the last 30 years. Them two little pages then got all brown and shit because you ain't turned it. You know how we put it on. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. It's been on that damn page for so damn long. It done got dry rotted and everything else. You don't go in it. You goes buys the Bible, but you just don't go in it. And even if you do, you don't have the right interpretation to figure this shit out. So we're gonna get on it today. Okay? Is in the Bible, is the Egyptians the true chosen people of God? you know, and we can see just like with Genesis. If you did not see the earlier presentation where we talked about how God created the sun, moon, and stars on the fourth day, all these inconsistencies. And so we see that there are verses in the Bible that clearly show that the Africans are the true chosen of God. Okay, now let's deal with this. Now in Isaiah, you can get your sword out, get your rusty sword out. We're gonna clean it up. We're gonna put some WD on it today. You see what I'm saying? Go to Isaiah 19:25. We're gonna read now, and then we're gonna connect some dots. It says Isaiah 19, if you got your book, verse 25, whom the Lord of hosts shall bless, whom the Lord of hosts shall bless, saying, blessed be Egypt, my people. What did he say? Blessed be Egypt, my people. I'm going to say it one more time. Blessed be Egypt, my people, and Assyria, the work of my hands, and Israel, my inheritance. Now, how in the fuck did Israel get in there? My inheritance. It's like somebody that kidnapped our legacy. They didn't went in there and edited it, because what we're gonna deal with the fact, because if I didn't go over it, I'm gonna go over it here for you to understand that Assyria is the land of the Cushites. That's right. That Assyria is the land of the Cushite. Matter of fact, first and foremost, family, let me get some water. Let me get some water. All right, family, we about to work out. We about to work out, family. Yeah. I know y'all in there. I know you're in here. Yeah, we're gonna go over this again, and we're gonna prove that Assyria. See, the thing is why they don't. This. It is a book that's giving some clear indicators that particular lands that belong to the African people. Okay, they was writing exact on them lands, and so that's when they came up with other books to try to explain that shit away, because they spoke too soon. They spoke too soon, and so they wish they had not said that. And so they want to go in there and create other books, apocrypha. You see, that's just like in Islam. You know what I'm saying? They got what they call the hadith. You see, and these were the sayings of Muhammad. But goddamn it, Allah didn't send no hadith. You see, Allah didn't send no hadith. Allah supposedly sent the Quran. That's what it said, that the angel Jabril, which is Gabriel, he spoke this to Muhammad and told him to recite. So the Quran is the recital of the information that was supposedly given to Muhammad by way of Gabriel, Jabril. But when it said some shit that they don't want to take, that they wanted to erase up out of there, they came up with hadith and say, well, these are the same. Well, God damn it, Allah didn't send no hadith. It didn't say Allah verified, the hadith. And so, and so it's the same, that they do with the Bible. They come up with Talmud, and they come up with Apocrypha and all this other lost books. Yeah. And it's supposed to clear up, some of the things that was said in the Bible. That's why the Talmud, which is the official book of the Ashkenazi Jew. You see, he say it's even greater than the Bible. You see, yeah, they say the Talmud, while Moses was up on the mountain, Yahweh was talking to the rabbi at the foot of the mountain. And it says that the Talmud is the official interpretation of the Torah, or the Bible. So they clean up all the inconsistencies that's in the book. But even in there, they give up the facts that Egypt and Canaan and Cush is Africans. And so they didn't too much clean up. They didn't clean up enough. Okay, so what we saying here is the ancient Egyptians, the true chosen people of God. That includes the Cushites. That includes the whole African bloodline. You see, because in the book, it clearly identifies the ancient Egyptians, the Cushites, which are the Sudanese, the Canaanites, which is modern day Israel. And that's why I say I don't give a goddamn what go on over there. Both of them are thieves. Okay, and so the Palestinian is the thief before the thief. You see, they the thief, the Iranians, the Iraqians, and all of them that's over there right now. Those Arabs in Turkey and all of that. Those are stolen lands according to the book. You see, and so we got to stay in it, and so you got to keep this. It ain't got to be your holy book, but it can goddamn sure be a book of reference, okay? And so Isaiah 19:25, if you got your sword out there, Isaiah 19:25, it says, whom the Lord of hosts shall bless, saying, blessed be Egypt, my people. Blessed be Egypt, my people, and Assyria, the work of my hands, and Israel, my inheritance. Well, so if Egypt is his people, how the fuck did Israel end up being his inheritance? Who in the hell, why would I choose somebody outside of my own son to be my inheritance? That don't make no sense to me. You see? And so we're going to show that Assyria, hear me out. Yeah. Assyria is also Cushite. So let's deal with that. Can we prove that? Yes, we can. And we did that earlier by going into Genesis. And when you look at the genealogy of Cush, you see, we'll look at the genealogy of Cush. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And if you want that genealogy, you can go to Genesis 10, and it starts at verse 6. And it says, and the sons of Ham, black. I went over that. You can go to my other videos and you can see the biblical dictionaries. Ham is also Kam with a K, also with a C. You see, Cham, you also spell it Cham. You can spell it Kham. That includes Champa, Naga Champa, over there, Demon Camirs. You see, so that includes that. Even Psalm with an S. So you can spell it with an S, because over there you see that you had the black god who in India and in Asia named Sambo. You see, who was the god of creation. And Cambodia, the ancient name of Cambodia was also Sambodasia, but they also spell it Cambodasia. You can look at Eugene Adams' documentary, Africans in Asia, and he showed that Sambodasia after the black god Sambo. You see? But it's also spelled Cambodasia, and that's where you get the modern name of the nation, Cambodia. You see? So that Cam, Ham, Cham, Samurai, you see? That's right. Samurai is also linked to that. So it says, and the sons of Ham, Cush, Mizraim, which is Egypt, Pum, and Canaan. Now that's a dagger right there. Because in the university system, the lying-ass Western academia, they try to say that the Egyptians and the Nubians are two different races. You see, but in the Bible, it clearly states that Cush, which is Sudan, which is Nubia, is the brother of Egypt, and that their father is named Ham, which is black. So ain't no way you gonna have no son Ethiopia burnt face unless you burnt face. Okay? And if in Ham, the definition of Ham is black. And Egypt is called the land of Ham. That the father Ham lived in Egypt. That's what it states. That he lived in Egypt, and it was called the land of Ham, which is facts that Egypt was a black land. Okay? And so, and a lot of people say, I hear people out there asking, does Kemet or Kemet mean the people, or do it mean the land? And some people try to say, well, Kemet, even though it means black land, that it is talking about the dirt. Now, if motherfuckers was naming they nation after the dirt, it'll be a whole lot of black lands all over the goddamn planet. You see what I'm saying? It'll be a whole lot of goddamn lands across the globe called the black land, because there's a whole lot of dirt that's black. You see? So we know that that's a lie, because in the Bible, it clearly states that the land of Ham, the land of Kim, is named after an individual, named after a people, not no damn dirt. Okay, so I just wanted to state that. Okay, now it says the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, and Phut, and Canaan. So that even talks about the people of the modern day stolen land that they call Israel. You see, Canaan is the original inhabitants of the land. And the father is Ham, black. The brother is Egypt, the land of Ham, black. And his other brother Sudan. And Sudan in Arab, Sud, also means black. So that means that the Canaanites, the original inhabitants of what they call today Israel, is also black. And so it says, and Cush, Sudan, the ancient Cush, Sudan, begot Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a giant hunter before the Lord. Now in the book it's going to say mighty. And I went over that. You got to go into the Septuagint where it states that in the Septuagint it says that he is a giant hunter. Okay? He was a giant because he was a Nephilim. Now that's very significant because in the Bible it states that the Cushites, the Egyptians, and the Canaanites were all Nephilim. And they didn't want to say that because the Nephilim were the sons of angels. And the angels were referred to as the sons of God. They didn't want to say that. So Nimrod, a Nephilim, a giant, you see, and the beginning of his kingdom was Babylon, Erech, Akkad, Calne, in the land of Shinar, which is Sumeria. Okay? The southern portion of today on the Persian Gulf, the southern portion of what they call Iraq, Iran, Kuwait, all up through there, including the Indus Valley. You see, out of that land went forth Ashur. Okay? That's Cushite. So when we go back, and so understand that it was Nimrod the Cushite that founded Assyria. And so today they want to make it seem like the Assyrians was a European people, an Arabic people. That may have been after they conquered it, but the indigenous inhabitants of Assyria were Cushites, were Egyptians. And if you go and look at the ancient artifacts of Nineveh, and it talks about Nineveh right after that. It talks about out of the land went forth Ashur, Assyria, and builded Nineveh. Okay? And so if you look up Nineveh, the ancient artifacts, the ivories of Nineveh, you will see that it's all of Egyptian Cushite regalia. Okay? That's facts. That was the dominant culture all the way across what they call the Middle East. That's a fact. So when it says in Isaiah 19:25, whom the Lord of hosts shall bless, didn't say curse. They talk about the curses of Egypt. You see, say God put 10 curses on Egypt. They even talk about how the Egyptians and the Ethiopians will be carried off into slavery. But it don't talk about whom the Lord of hosts shall bless, saying, blessed be Egypt, my people. See, they didn't edit that out. You see, somebody didn't edit that shit, and they mad as a motherfucker that they didn't edit that out. And Assyria, the work of my hand, a Cushite. And Israel, now if I was editing this verse, you know what I would do? I would take Israel out of there and put Canaan in, because that's really what they say. You see what I'm saying? That's the true inheritors of that land that they call Israel today. The African Canaanites that was in the land is the true inheritance. So it would go just like this, edited by General Sarasun said, whom the Lord of hosts shall bless, saying, blessed be Egypt, my people, and Assyria, the Cushite, Nimrod, the work of my hands, and Canaan, my inheritance. That's how it would go. To clear that up. You see? And so again, they didn't. And now, ask yourself this. Ask yourself this. If Israel, the stolen land, renamed Israel, the original name Canaan, is the Holy Land, then why would God, because it say that God cursed Canaan, that Noah cursed Canaan, say a servant of servants he shall be. Now, if the land is the holy land of God, why would God give the land to a cursed people? You see, that don't make no sense. Why didn't God give the land to the Israelites in the very beginning? You see, that's what you do to your beloved, to your chosen. You give them first dips. You don't give it to a cursed people and then set up the scenario where you got to commit genocide on them. God say, God say, murder them all. That's what God say. Leave none breathing. Now this is a good God. This is supposed to be a good God. So why would God set up the scenario and give the Holy Land to a cursed people, set up the scenario where the Israelites got to come in and commit genocide to make this God look like a raving fucking mass murderer? Why would he do that when he could have just gave it to the Israelites in the first place? Look like somebody is stealing again. It looked like somebody then edited us out of our own holy literature. Now, I ain't saying this book, but what I'm saying, they taken from other holy scrolls to make their books. And they edited us out the holy books and put themselves in place of us. But they left, they was stealing so much that they left the truth in there to where we can say, you didn't get this. You should have got this, but you didn't get this. Now, another thing which they don't talk about, you see, which they don't talk about, which is another proven fact, that when Jesus, as a child, was in threat of his life, where King Herod was seeking the life of the baby Jesus. We know it's a story, but let's go with it. And God woke Joseph up. Said, get your ass up, Joseph. Get your ass up. Herod is seeking the life of the young child. Take him and his mother and go into Egypt. You see, to hide the young boy. Now, what we have to understand that at the time of Herod, Egypt was under the control of the Romans too. So not only were the Romans in control of Canaan, later to be called Israel, they was also in control of Egypt. So to flee into Egypt, you see, wouldn't have been no better predicament, because the same people that was ruling in Canaan, Israel, was also ruling in Egypt. But why was it a better place to flee into Egypt? Because the Canaan, Israel, had been flooded with so many damn foreigners. Whereas in Egypt, you still had a 97% black population, where the Romans only lived in Alexandria. So if you could get the young boy into Egypt, you feel me, then you can hide him amongst all them black babies that was in Egypt. You see what I'm saying? No different than Moses. You see, because if Moses was, and we know these are fairy tales, but we have to make logic so we can explain this to these lost niggas that's lost in the book. If Moses and Pharaoh say, kill all the young boys, the age 2 down, which I don't believe, but we'll go with the story. Kill all the young boys from the age 2 down. And then Moses was picked up out of the water, Nile, because his mother supposedly put him in the Nile to hide him, and Pharaoh's own daughter picked Moses out the water and raised Moses as her own son. How in the hell she gonna raise this boy in the house of Pharaoh, who then put a hit out on every young boy of Hebrew lineage? How is he gonna raise that boy in the house of Pharaoh if he didn't at least look like Pharaoh? You see, if they looked something different other than Pharaoh, then that would have been an immediate red flag that we got one of these motherfucking Hebrews in my house. Who brought this motherfucker in here? Why is he still breathing? That's what the fuck? Why is he still breathing? But because obviously that the majority of all those people in that area was black, he was able to hide even in Pharaoh's house. Okay, and that's why they try to pretend that that Pharaoh was white and Moses was white. You see what I'm saying? And that's their way of explaining the same situation, knowing that both of them have to be the same race. They both got to be the same race. So if Pharaoh, which is the king of the land of Ham, which is black, how in the hell can Moses be white if the Pharaoh in the land of Ham is black? So what they did is they tried to project that the Egyptians is white and the Israelites is white because they both got to be of the same race. It is the same with Jesus. If he was to hide in Egypt, in the land of Ham, how in the hell is he going to hide if he white? That's a red flag. He is. We looking for this motherfucker right here. He is this little white baby over here. Yeah, go and take him on now. We was looking for him. But because he was black, and and we saying it in logic, the story is of black origin. We're not justifying the story. We know it's a corrupt story, but there's still the essence of truth inside of it. So Egypt was the land of refuge for Moses. The Israelites was the land of refuge for Jesus. And they don't talk about, in reverence. You're supposed to give reverence for that. You see what I'm saying? They talk about old evil Pharaoh who enslaved the Hebrews, but they don't talk about the beloved Pharaoh that allowed their ass to come into Egypt and eat and give them land when their ass was in the desert in famine and couldn't even feed their motherfucking self. They don't honor that Pharaoh. All they want to say, oh, evil Pharaoh. You understand? They don't talk about the Egyptians that it took Jesus in and gave him refuge. You see what I'm saying? So now when we read and it says, whom the Lord of hosts shall bless, saying, blessed be Egypt, my people, and Assyria, Cush, the work of my hand, and Canaan, mine inheritance. We understand what it means now. That the Holy Land was Africa, that the Holy Land was Egypt and Cush, and that Canaan was an extension of Egypt and of Cush, also in the holy bloodline of African nations. So I want y'all to go in here. I want y'all to go behind me. You understand? Read it, dissect it, cut the bullshit out, edit it like it need to be edited. This book needs to be edited. That's it. That's what it needs to be It needs to be done. It needs to be edited. And I'm the one that could do that. All right. So thank you, family. We're in the house. Yeah, we're in the house. We just getting started tonight. We turning up. Hit that notification bell because we got about 3-4 more presentations we're gonna drop tonight because we want to touch the people. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all need a double dose of this high-powered General SETI presentations. I want y'all to hit up some of them links down in the video description. Ray dropping some in the chat. Show some love and support for the General. Arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily, liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.